The Yabwi tree is a different kind of book because it's a book that says, I believe in you and I want you to be successful. And here's where it came from. When I turned 42, I decided that I wanted to have more meaning in my life. I wanted to live on purpose. I had seen a lot of other people who had gone from, sort of a mid-level of success to being wildly successful. Well, my next question was, how did you do that? And so I set out and I interviewed 7 people who went from sort of that average level to being just extraordinarily successful. And they were successful not only in terms of the money they were making, they were really successful in the joy they had in their lives. They were on a mission, and they were not working 18-hour days. They had a lot of margin built into their lives. They were having fun. Okay, so being that I'd kind of reached that point in my life where I wanted to figure that out myself, I said, okay, how did you guys do this? And so I sat down with them and I interviewed them, and I learned from them a lot of very powerful things. But the most important thing that I learned is they had figured out what their unique ability or their unique genius is, and then they had figured out how to be the best in the world at doing that, creating really great value for the people. And then they put themselves in a situation that they were able to then be paid well and to live the lifestyle that they really wanted for their lives. And so it was like, wow, it was one of those aha moments. And so I said, okay, I want some of that, So that's the idea behind Yabwi, is the exciting thing for students that are maybe youth in middle school or high school, all the way up to adults, middle age, and it doesn't matter how old you are, to discover what your unique genius is, and then discover how you can use that to create meaning and value and real benefit to others, and then you can be paid to do that. I mean, how could you miss with that? And that's the idea behind Yabwi. It's your yeah, but what if? It is, yeah, okay, I know the life that I'm in now, but what if I could figure out my real gifting, my purpose? And there's people have written, there's The Purpose-Driven Life, or there's The Element, or there are lots of books that have been written about this, about the joy of being there in that moment. This is just a very easy way to figure out how do you get there. And so here on the website we provided a way, the map actually lays out, here's the process for getting there, so it describes how you get there. And then there's the journal, which is a place to record your steps, and there's it's a 7-step process. 6 of those are science, and it's 1 part art. And so we provided a very simple, approachable way to figure out what is your unique genius, and then how do you get into that zone? How do you find a way to be in that moment where you are, like that basketball player or that golfer or that musician, when they just can't miss? That basketball goal looks like it's a mile wide. All of us have those things where we can be in that moment. And so that's the idea of the zone, is how do I get there more frequently? How do I become the best in the world? And the really exciting thing about that is there's a lot of research that shows that to be the best in the world takes about 10,000 hours of practice and effort to get there. So if you're 15 years old and you want to be the best in the world at something by the time you're 25, we'll start now. If you're 35 and you want to be the best in the world at something when you're 42, 45, well, let's start now. If you're 50, if you're 60, well, it's never too late. That's the great thing about this message. So getting in that zone is the next step, and then finally building your whole life around doing what you love to do or are naturally gifted to do. What we have seen is the people who get there, who really discover what their Yabwi is, those are the ones who have incredible joy and satisfaction in life.